Hey everyone, KNWA Fox 24 Chief Meteorologist Dan Skoff. Got a very special guest here, Scott Roberts with Explore Scientific. Here we are again.
Yep.
Last time we were talking about the eclipse, the solar eclipse of August 21st, 2017. We've got another exciting celestial event that's taking place. Tell us a little bit about the Mars opposition.
That's right. Well, a lot of people are seeing red right now.
Yeah.
And the reason why you are is that Mars is so close, you know. We are heading towards the Mars opposition, and that means that the Earth, the Sun, Earth, and Mars are kind of lining up, but we're also getting really, really close. In fact, we're getting so close that we're almost as close as when? The 2003 opposition of Mars, when Mars was at its closest in 60,000 years. Now, at that time, Mars was about 34 million miles away and change. This time, only 35 million, about 35.5 million miles away.
So about 1.5 million miles farther, which, you know, that's pretty close,
celestially speaking, that's not much difference. It is huge in the sky, and it's outshining Jupiter right now.
It is. I've seen it in the southeastern sky. In fact, when the opposition, which is taking place, and when it gets to the closest, it's going to be at its peak July 27th through the 31st. 31st being the closest day.
That's right. That's right. So, but, you know, that doesn't mean you shouldn't start watching it now, because it does look spectacular in the sky, and it doesn't matter if you're in the city, you know, if you're down here on downtown Fayetteville, or if you're out in the countryside, you're going to see Mars, and it's just spectacular. Yeah,
we've got great viewing conditions for this. You know, the clouds are bubbling up during the day. I would definitely not like a total eclipse right about now with all the cumulus clouds bubbling up, blocking stuff. But at night, these clouds will dissipate. They start, you know, dying out, and the next thing you know, you're totally clear. Humidity does play a little bit of role in the clarity, but not bad.
Yeah, but we're not so worried about clarity as we are stability of the air. And so you're going to want to wait for it to cool down, you know, so maybe about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, that's pretty late for people to stay up, but still, this is not an everyday kind of thing. This is something, oppositions happen about every 28 months, I think, or 26 months. And so it's something you want to get out. You want to get out with the family and the kids, and you want to do it with a telescope.
Now, here's the thing. Just to put this in layman's terms, opposition, people are like, I don't understand. I'm in opposition, what that means. They don't understand it. But here's the deal. Think of a moon, okay? You got a crescent moon, it's not as bright. You got the full moon, it's a lot brighter. It's easier to see. The same thing with Mars. There's times when Mars goes through phases, so essentially it's a full Mars phase.
Yeah, you're going to see a full disk of Mars.
Full disk, which is great, because this isn't behind us, this animation, this isn't even full opposition. You can see it's almost like a waxing gibbous, if you will, a waxing gibbous of Mars.
And there are times when you're looking at Mars, but admittedly much smaller, but you can see it's not fully lit, you know, so that's interesting in itself. But even in its small size, you know, millions of miles away, with the telescope you can see the polar caps. That is provided we don't have a dust storm. Now, you being a meteorologist, you know that, of course...
Don't go to Phoenix, by the way. Phoenix has had a lot of haboobs, which is another word for dust storm. But
well, you know, Mars gets the biggest haboobs, right? I mean, it has, in our solar system, it gets the greatest dust storms, and they go global sometimes, and that keeps us from seeing features. During these oppositions, as the planet heats up, sometimes we can run into these dust storms as well. And we just had one. I think it's starting to dissipate now. So this is time to go and look at
You're
Mars.
talking about on Mars here. I was thinking on Earth for viewing, but you're literally talking about the dust storms creating opposition in order to view the polar caps.
That's right. So we had a rover shut down because it got too much dust on its solar panels.
Wow.
So, so we need to get out there and look at Mars while we can, and you know, it's beautiful to see. If you don't stare right at it with your telescope, get it up to about 100 power or so. Don't stare right at it, and you will see little markings on the top and bottom. These are the polar caps, and
which you just recently found out are made of ice too.
Well, it's been known for a while, but the stuff we are finding out about organic compounds and stuff. There was an article recently about the Vikinglanders, and that the experiment that they had burned up what they think were the organic compounds that might have supported life at one time on Mars. So
I'm not saying it was aliens, but
not aliens, but maybe alien bacteria or something.
I don't have the crazy hair like that guy. But
right.
I will say this though. Okay, you're going to see crazy posts on social media about this. 2003, everybody had the post about Mars being as big as the moon and all that stuff. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. If that had actually really happened,
we'd be in trouble.
We'd be in trouble because Mars would be going in orbit around us. Okay.
Yeah.
It would have to be within 500,000 miles, which is roughly twice the Earth-Moon distance. Okay. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. If that really happened, the chances of Earth and Mars colliding would have been very, very high. Look, folks, it's not going to happen, so we don't have any end of days predictions here. But we do have the fact that this may be one of the few times in your life that you're going to see Mars like this.
Yeah, close up. I think there's another opposition, like you said, 2020 that's coming up. You said every 24, 26 months. But get out, see Mars, super cool. You can definitely tell how bright it is, and it's getting brighter, but it's great. Look in that southeastern sky. Sagittarius is going to be one of the constellations that you'll be looking for.
That's right. That's right. And so also you're going to be looking for local astronomy clubs having Mars parties and that kind of thing. So that's happening now. Things are being planned now. So
yeah. So if you don't have a telescope and you don't have the means to view Mars, there's plenty of things going on. Also, you can let us know about Explore Scientific. 10 years.
Yeah, it's our 10th year anniversary. Actually, technically on July 22nd was the 10th year day. We're having a big celebration on the 21st. We got people coming in from Asia and from Europe and our global partners.
Man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and we're going to have a great time. The night before that, the NWA Space is going to have a big Mars party out in Lowell. And that's a free event. So if you want to see Mars and you don't have a scope, go out there.
Cool. I'll give you weather conditions. It should be pretty hot and dry with a lot of humidity, so that's what we're thinking. So, Scott, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go check it out. Mars in opposition, very close to us, but not as big as the moon, just to clarify.
Not as big as the moon,
So,
no.
all right, well, get out and keep looking at those stars.
Great.